Good evening, everyone. I'm Jamison Euler.
And I'm Wendy Ryan. Thanks for joining us. Now to the other big story we're following right here at 5. A call for change in the wake of those mass shootings in Ohio and in Texas as people honor the victims at memorials today.
But how that's done is something our elected leaders are speaking out on this evening. ABC Action News reporter Haley Bull is live in St. Petersburg for us tonight with more on that. Haley?
Jamison, Wendy, this park is where people on one side of the issue are holding a vigil tonight. Some say more gun restrictions need put in place. Others say that's not the solution. Well, flags fly at half staff as communities mourn the lives lost in El Paso and Dayton. There's also a call for action.
I'm not one of those who says we ought to be taking everybody's handguns away from them, but there's just no justification for assault weapons and high-capacity magazines that I can think of. There's none.
St. Petersburg Mayor Rick Kreisman calling for, quote, common sense gun restrictions and calling out Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody in wake of the shootings.
By standing and trying to get in the way of the voters in this state having a say as to whether this is something they feel passionate about, since the legislature won't do its job and protect us, I think is unconscionable.
Just last week, Moody recommended that the state Supreme Court disqualify a ballot measure to ban assault weapons, today calling the language misleading.
The proposed language would include the types of guns that are used in this weekend. The way that they have phrased this language, it would ban virtually every firearm, including those that in no shape of the imagination would one think would be described as an assault weapon.
The state Senate president says he'll ask for an effort to review factors involved in mass shootings, including white nationalism. U.S. Senator Rick Scott tweeted in part, quote, hate and intolerance are corrupting too many of our young people. White nationalism is a cancer on our country. We all stand united against this evil. And the governor's office points out FDLE formed a law enforcement steering group, quote, to advance development of Florida's threat assessment strategy. Meanwhile, other Republicans say gun control is not a solution.
We have to go to the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is not the gun. The root of the problem is the individual, and why are people thinking like this more and more?
Now, the vigil is expected to draw both local and federal politicians. It begins at 8. Live in St. Petersburg, Haley Bull, ABC Action News.